Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You will own the World Wide Web. This entire planet, Earth, globe, is going decentralized. Decentralized simply means the spider organization, the central head of centralizing everything and monopolizing power, decision-making, money, health, and so on, will be all decentralized. You will have the vote. You will have the electoral power. You will have your own say in your health. You will have own say and own your own money, making you the banker, thanks to the crypto world. You will be able to dictate what your terms and conditions are to your service providers, which are called bureaucrats. The power of the decentralization, the World Wide Web, you, the people, are the World Wide Web. It was successfully hijacked about 20 years ago when they talked people out of the torrents. Well, the torrents are back. It's got a new name and it's got a new system of safeguard, what they call fail-safes, called blockchain. Because of the fail-safe systems in place, the power, the knowledge, you being the banker, you being in charge of your own health, making decisions on your behalf, being in a position of electoral power like the Electoral College, and that you don't give up your electoral powers to a third party known as a politician, because our politicians are going to become obsolete. You will be able to conduct your own affairs. Who needs a politician when you're in charge of your own money and not centralized like the Federal Reserve or Bank of England or the Euro? Who is in need of a politician on finance? Who needs a finance secretary? You're conducting your affairs yourself. Who needs a finance minister? You don't. Who needs a health minister? If you're in charge of your own health and the world's knowledge of how health works as opposed to the pharmaceutical means maker of poisons and potions, if you're not in need of poisons and potions, well, obviously you're going to access the naturopaths of this world. You see where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen? The power of the decentralized organization, what is known as a starfish organization, is flooding this planet. Yes, the centralized governments and the banks, the centralized organizations like the companies that have monopolized 99.999% of the entire world's resources, finances, your health, your voting, your electoral power, will fight back and try to find a sweet spot. They'll find a sweet spot where they can speak to the ignorant, the stupid people that don't want to take custody of their money, that don't want to take custody of their own health, that don't want to take custody of their own responsibility. They'll try to, on the back of them, say, well, we got to use this system. You got to sign up to know your customer. Well, that's fine. And that may go that way for those people that want it that way. But the power of the decentralized organization is that the power has reverted. Ignorant people will always remain ignorant because that's the position that they want to be in. The companies will do their best to engineer ignorance and nescience. And they will do their best to engineer and talk people out of their wallets, i.e. their bank accounts, i.e. their health, and so on and so forth. But you, the intelligent men on this planet, the intelligent men and women on this planet, are not going to give up your wallets, your health, are you? In fact, you're going to use your knowledge to be able to make money from. So let me explain something to you, how this world is going to roll out. This is you, the authority, the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. You have decided to do something, write a song, make a painting, make a contract that is unique. That means when you pen it, the middleman that always takes his cut, which is like 90% or 80%, leaves you only with that. So the originator has to go through a middleman in this era, in the past era, has to go to the middleman, and you have to give the middleman a cut. And I'll give you more examples. In order you to access the end user, the middleman who takes his cut has just disappeared. Has just disappeared. Where's the middleman? So the 20%, the profit that you would make at optimum and then pay tax on it, all of that money reverts back to you. You understand what I'm saying? So let's give an example. You make a video, just as I did here, and you broadcast it on the World Wide Web, which belongs to the people, a decentralized organization, which means it doesn't need to go through YouTube, like the torrents of old. And on the back of that, you get, say, 50,000 views. That means 50,000 unique people have watched your video and are going to watch it. And because of that, other groups, men and women, say it's a matter of health. Other practitioners who also practice good health can now approach you without the middleman, i.e. without YouTube, and say, can I do a little advert on you? And you say, that's fine, but tell me what is it you're going to say, because I don't deal with potions and poisons. I don't deal with pharmaceutical stuff. I deal with the herbs of the nation, as Dr. Sebi so eloquently used to put it. That revenue that would normally go to YouTube or Google, all of it will come to you. So that is you. That is you. That's the end user. The middleman has dropped out because he's got no place. And in between now comes a person that wants to benefit from your work, and he wishes to make contract with you, called a smart contract. You write that contract out and you say, yeah, I'll give you some airspace, advertising space, as long as you meet my criteria. And the criteria is that you don't sell poisons and potions on my health channel. All of that revenue comes to you. The middleman, YouTube, will no longer be there. And I know it's very difficult, it's very challenging for the average man and woman on the streets listening to this to ever imagine a world without a centralized organization. It's very hard for them to appreciate what the world would be without a Federal Reserve Bank. It's very hard for people to appreciate what it would be like not to have Washington, D.C., which is foreign to the American people, always telling them what to do. It's very hard to appreciate what the world is going to look like without a Joe Biden, without a principality, because you've been so brainwashed into thinking you can never do without these acting buffoons. You understand what I'm saying to you? So let's imagine another scenario, like music, it's the same one. Now let's imagine another one. Let's imagine that your ability to pen contracts, what's called contract writing, is you're good at it. And you might be a lawyer, and you may not be. But your ability to authorize that document and bring men and women together no longer requires the approval of the Bar Association, which is a centralized organization. So all of you wonderful writers out there, what do you think is going to happen on a commercial scale for you? You write out a contract, the coder will put it on computer program, and now you've bypassed the bar associations that run the court systems and the politicians globally. If you are ever wondering whatever happened to this Independence Day? How did Americans ever get themselves in this situation? Or India, or Pakistan, or Africa, South Africa? Remember who runs your politicians. The judiciary does. And who is the judiciary in Pakistan, India, America, Africa? Who is the judiciary? It's the English Bar Association. What the hell is the English Bar Association doing in your country, making legislation, adjudicating on what men and women should do and should not? Why are they the middleman? Tell me. It's because you never had independence. If you are not independent of the British in judicial matters and in legislative matters and in executive matters, you never had any independence. Look at India, got its freedom. Who runs their courts? The British Bar Association. Who runs Pakistan's? South Africa, England, well, not England, but Great Britain and United Kingdom. Yeah. Now I think you understand it. So you won't need the Bar Association, will you? Because you as a contract writer is able to do something for me and my audience, or one or two men and women that want to do something with me, and we want to put that on paper. And if you're a coder, they're able to codify that using zeros and ones, as it were, called, code writing. Who the hell needs a lawyer? Who the hell needs a middleman? The middleman that is being taking, the middleman, and let's imagine that's your work. The middleman has been taking that much and leaving you with that. That's why you're dirt poor, being wonderfully creative, working 40 hours a day. That's what he left you with. What do you call this? A morsel. A morsel. You understand how convincing these politicians can be, and the banks, and the legislators, and the judiciary, with ignorant people and stupid people. It's bad enough stupid people have a voice on our planet, but don't let it propagate by you not fighting back and telling them F off. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is yours. All of it. Quite literally. Remember, you share this world with the squirrels that climb the tree, with the trees that grow out of the earth, and the mountains that grow out of the earth. You share this planet with you and me, and I share it with all of yous. Politicians and middlemen will have no position here. The world of the cottage industry is once again here, and the cottage industry is highly productive with the aid of blockchain. By removing the middleman, you are able to organize yourself as starfish organizations to create levels of scales of economy more grander than all the factories of Henry Ford and all the factories and oil-producing companies of the world. When a centralized organization takes over, they suck the life out of something. That's you, the earth, the animals. Look what they do. Look at their works. Behold and look at their works of destructions, lies. That's all going to be reversing, as long as you pick it up and run with it. Okay? Learn to tell your politicians to shut up. Tell your judiciary to shut up. Tell your executor to shut up. By doing so, you become the executor. You become the judicial. You become the government. You understand? By you saying so, you wash your hands off of them, and they can wash their hands off of you, because they only have power, the power that you give them. To protest them, use that you are acknowledging their power. This is why the men and women on this planet have to show 100 times more effort and disapproval of vaccines and things before a single politician will listen to them. That's the ratio. In other words, you spend years upon years organizing rallies and stuff, spend your entire money, your life, all consumed just to get the attention of a politician. That's the ratio of power. You give 99%, he gives 1%. And if he doesn't like it, he'll sack you. You, the people that put him in position. You need to sack him. You need to let them know, I ain't protesting you, you half-wit. You've done your best to show us, the world, that you are idiots. Look at how Boris Johnson acts, and that's an act. Look how he acts. To say, why don't you please sack me? I am the clown. Sack me. Or put me to work by telling me what to do. Pick up your pen, get on with it. You are that one. The movie Matrix is coming out, ladies and gentlemen, which is essentially a decentralized organization. Okay? Because its aim is to make every man and woman on this planet what? Make them the what? The one. Because it only takes one to shut down their entire decentralized organization, because they run on what? Lies. And how easy is it to shut down a lie? You just expose them for what they are. Easy as that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think first week of next week, Lance and Hugh will be holding a teaching program on how to tokenize your intellectual properties and the works that you put. You don't need to go to a bank. You can go to the entire world to raise your money. Why? Because every single man and woman on this planet is going to be a banker. So you can do banking. I think you guys understand. If you are interested, I'll give you the description box. When you fill out those forms, it's totally private and it's totally confidential. It's between them and you. That's Lance and Hugh. And it is not public. The information is not public. So as soon as you want to go in and do this with us or with Hugh and Lance, you are totally in the private realm and it's totally confidential, which means governments have got no bloody business sticking their nose into it, because they're my servants. I tell my servants what to do. They get on with it. Remember that. Your servants are your public officers. You don't beg your public officers for jobs, do you? You don't beg your butler for a job, do you? You don't beg your employee for a job, do you? Reverse it, yeah? Reverse it. It's called mirroring. Okay? Don't let them put you in a mirror and get you to believe that you are the legal name and they control that legal name. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. Wonderful speaking to you. Okay? I wish you all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye now.